International Food and Wine Festival. Our next workshop will be presented by Blue Diamond Almond Breeze. Please welcome the workshop presentation by Patty Mistraco.
Yay!
Thank you guys for coming, and hopefully you will learn something today about Almond Breeze almond milk. Really quickly, I'm from Sacramento, where Blue Diamond Almond Breeze is headquartered. They've been there forever, and I'm loving being in Florida personally, so this is awesome. Is anybody here from California? No? Okay. Anybody here who, let's see, first off, who buys almond milk? Okay, who cooks with almond milk? Okay, what do you cook? Okay, like?
Whatever takes milk in it.
Very good.
And like macaroni and cheese.
Okay, perfect.
We do that in our pancakes.
Yep, pancakes, mac and cheese, baked goods. That's what I'm sort of here to tell everybody, and we've been crisscrossing the country all year long going to food and wine festivals, and what I've been trying to do is tell people that you can cook with Almond Breeze, because when I ask people what they cook, most of the time they say, oh, I cook with it all the time. I make cereal, I put it in my smoothies, and I put it in my coffee. It's like, well, that's not exactly cooking. So it's just going to be a bit better for you. So if you look up there, there is no saturated fat, lactose-free, cholesterol-free, no sugar in the unsweetened varieties, and 50% more calcium than traditional milk. So, you know, at these food festivals, when I tell people that are kind of on the fence about, well, why would I, switch to almond milk? This is what does it. So, and it's just so much better for you. So, okay, so now we're going to be cooking with Almond Breeze. That's the main reason that we're here. Okay, like you said, cup for cup. Any recipe that calls for traditional dairy milk, you can use the same amount of Almond Breeze. So this is the main one that's going to be your closest swap out. This is the original unsweetened Almond Breeze. The original also comes in a sweetened. It has like 2.5 grams of sugar, so it's not a lot. But this is the closest to traditional milk. Okay, it is okay to use in your cereal and in your smoothies, and if you go to bluediamond.com, we have loads of recipes for smoothies molds in, so you don't get the little bits of uncooked or like mixture around the edges where you couldn't stir it. All right, so 5 to 7 minutes. You'll see it's thick, and it'll thicken more as you refrigerate it. So once your custard is done, take it out of the hot pan, put it in a bowl, and put a piece of wax paper or saran directly onto the surface so that it doesn't form a skin. And these are a couple of the things you can do with your custard. I actually took it and I made ice cream out of it. And on the right we have little ice cream sandwiches that are kind of fun for like a kid's party. And again, I put those between little Nut Thins crackers. So it's kind of fun. And then I also made ice cream out of it, and I layered in pound cake with some frozen berries. Just pop it in your ice cream maker and you're good to go. Okay, this was another aha that I thought was kind of interesting. Most people think that since Almond Breeze is a little thinner, it's just not going to act the same as traditional milk. It really does. So I love using buttermilk in recipes. It just adds a little different texture, a little more body, a little different flavor. So exactly the same as your, your cheat recipe for buttermilk that you find in the back of like a Betty Crocker cookbook, or if you're out of buttermilk, here's what you do. Same thing, 2 to 3 teaspoons of lemon juice. Fill your cup up, your liquid measuring cup up with Almond Breeze, and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes, and it'll slowly curdle and thicken just like buttermilk. You can also use vinegar, but I like the flavor that buttermilk gives it a little bit better. And then I made a buttermilk vinaigrette. So I just popped it in a canning jar with a little olive oil, some fresh or dried herbs, a little bit of sugar just to balance it out, and some salt. I urge you to try it once because it only takes once. It just adds a little different flavor. So that's the cheese sauce I was referring to, made with the cornstarch. It melts beautifully, and I also made soft pretzels. So Breeze works really well in yeast breads as well. Okay, San Francisco. As I said, I made a starter and I made sourdough bread, which was all new to me again. I am pretty much a back to basics cook. I like to cook very simply and with fresh ingredients, but baking intimidates me because you have to be very precise, and I really like to just sort of toss things in, so which results in disaster. But I did my homework and I followed the rules, and it makes this beautiful starter. So you can see on the right, that's when it's brand new, and then you let it sit, and you see how much it's filled in the bowl. The risotto, and I made arancini out of it, so the little rice balls. But since at Blue Diamond we like to keep things a little healthier, I did not fry them. So I did the dredging of, egg, or flour, egg, and then breadcrumbs, and then I coated them pretty well with an olive oil spray and baked them. So just a little healthier for you. Okay, we were in Atlanta last week. So Atlanta's all about grits. I am now a huge grits fan. I don't know if any of you guys ever cook with grits, but they're very addictive, I found out. So we did waffles and grits, and the waffles and the grits have almond bries in them. Adds a really nice flavor. And these are just some other things you can do. I pulled out some of my favorite recipes that I created for Blue Diamond to encourage people to get your kids in the kitchens. Kids have to learn how to cook, or they're not going to eat healthy, for one. And kids will eat things that they make versus something that somebody might have made and then just hands it to them. They're so proud of themselves. When my kids went away to school, a lot of times they had to cook for themselves at home because I was busy and I was cooking, and be like, no, you can't eat that. You got to make something else. And we have a house of ingredients, so they learned to cook, and they both said, thank you so much for making me do that. My roommates had no idea how to do anything in the kitchen. So dads can cook too. So we had a fun photo shoot with the dad and a couple of sons. So there you go. Please just remember that almond bries is a great ingredient. You can see here I have ingredients. It's not just for, like I said, for smoothies, potatoes, tomatoes, lemons. Sky's the limit. So does anybody have any questions?
Okay, along with the lovely lessons that we had about cooking with almond bries milk, we got a couple of gifts. We got a cookbook, we got a wooden spoon for our recipes, and of course we got a $1 off coupon for our almond bries milk. So that was a pretty interesting class. I learned more than I thought I would. Have a great day.
I would sit out there with him. He's like 3, 4, 8. And he would just sit and keep you company, get a sweater, bring you a blanket.
Anyway.